Are we going to lose the ability to construct well-grounded arguments? Are we going to lose the ability to communicate clearly, to write carefully? And what will we gain from this? I'm Dr. Elizabeth Black. I'm Director of the UKRI Centre for Doctoral Training in Safe and Trusted AI. When we talk about safe AI, we're really talking about having formal technical guarantees about the behaviour, the correctness, the safety of an AI system. When we think about trusted AI, what we're thinking about is making sure that everyone can have well-placed confidence in the decisions that AI systems make and the behaviour of AI systems. So this is the user understanding where AI is being used. Is AI being used to decide whether you're going to get your mortgage approved or not? But then we also want AI to be able to explain why it's made those decisions, why it's decided not to give you a mortgage, perhaps. And here, the explanations need to be tailored to the users. So if you imagine you've got an AI expert compared to a general layperson, the kind of explanations that work for them are very different. Or we have different cultural groups and the expectations that different cultural groups have from explanations are very different. Or we've got people with different neurodiversity or different learning styles. And so really we want to be able to tailor these explanations so that us as a society being able to trust that when we put these AI systems out into the world, they're going to do good things. So they're going to uphold the values that we care about as a society, so things like fairness, equality, privacy, security, and ultimately they're not going to have kind of disastrous unintended consequences that we haven't thought about. So one thing we need to pay attention to, moving forward, is to not lose sight of the breadth of AI. Broadly, we can kind of categorise AI approaches into two types. So we've got the data-driven kind of machine learning style approaches that are trained on data and learn from that data, identify patterns, make predictions, categorizations and so on. And then on the other hand, we've got symbolic AI approaches. So with symbolic AI approaches, the AI has got a set of beliefs that it holds to be true about the world. It has explicit reasoning processes that it can apply to these beliefs. And one of the big advantages of these symbolic approaches is that they have this explicit representation, right? So what this means is it's typically much easier to understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. It's much easier to verify the behaviour of these things because we've got an explicit model of how they do their reasoning, of how they reason based on their beliefs and their goals. And it makes it easier for humans and AIs to collaborate because there is this explicit model that the AI systems have. But with the data-driven AI systems, they're typically a kind of black box approach. That means it's very hard, they're kind of mathematical statistical models. It's very hard to really interpret why they've made a particular decision, why they've done something in a particular way. And it's really hard to kind of verify that they're always going to behave safely or correctly. What we really need to do, and this is a really kind of promising area of AI, is to bring these two approaches together in kind of hybrid or neurosymbolic systems that can really kind of take the advantages of each and kind of mitigate one another's weaknesses. People are very aware of issues around replicating biases that exist already in our society. So we've got, systems that reject applications from women because that's what they've seen in the historical data. So things like safety, with things like autonomous vehicles, we've seen these have accidents. And we see recognition of this in governments are paying attention to this, right? We've got regulation coming in, organisations, industry are paying attention to this as well. And we're definitely making progress, but there's a lot more to do still. People are, really developing our understanding now of what it means for AI to be responsible. What we need is a really kind of holistic approach to it. We won't solve these problems just by looking at things from a purely technical lens. This is a social issue. We need to make sure we're working with legal people, social scientists, philosophers. It's about bringing in the diversity of views and perspectives and values and needs from society so that we're not tailoring our solutions to one particular subgroup. With these generative AI technologies, it went from kind of 0 to 100 kind of overnight almost, and it's really important that we just pause and think about what we're doing with these things because they have the potential to have real impact on us as individuals, on the way we think, on the way we interact with people, on the tasks that we do. And as a society, people have got phones now, they don't remember lots of phone numbers in the way that we used to. People use their Google Maps to walk everywhere. They've kind of lost the ability to kind of remember directions as well as we used to. So we've got lots of people now using these generative AI technologies to do all kinds of things, to write emails, to compose reports. What is going to be the impact of that? And we need to stop and think about that. Could it impact on our ability to form well-constructed arguments? Could it impact on our ability to think critically about things? And these are questions we really need to stop and ask ourselves.